Talked about pivotal times in our lives when we lose things, and it's hard for us to cope with the fact that we losing something where really we know that we don't know that we're actually aware that we're actually gaining something, right? So the same thing with changing environment. Sometimes your environment may be forced upon you. It may be changed without your consent. At least you don't think so, right? In a moment, we don't put together in our minds how important changing the environment is. For me, the first time I actually changed an environment from on a big scale was from moving from Texas or moving from New Orleans to Texas, right? And that was the first time I was able to see how family structures were different from mine. These things also impacted the way that I thought, right? For as me, how I wanted my family to be, the things I felt like I needed to have in place to have a family, right? Uh, you go to these environments and the people you're around, right? They mold and shape you based on what you allow or what you unaware that they're shaping you or how they're shaping you, right? So it's important to be aware of the things that are going on in the environments that you are in, but also taking advantage when you're able to shift to a new environment. This is a time for you to reinvent yourself and just get after it. Whenever you can or whenever you go to an environment when you know you're about to go or you know you're about to switch to a new environment, whether it be work, whether you just relocating to a new city, you just want something new, right? You can pre-plan on how you want that environment to react to you. And I do this all the time. For as me when I got to Germany, before I got to Germany, and I was working out there, working out there, I was able to plan or picture how I wanted my environment to be, how I wanted people to embrace me, how I wanted to be able to embrace and take on the work environment. Now, when it came to living in Germany, I didn't really think about that portion of it. But when it came to the job I was going to do, I thought about it. Hey, let me go in. Uh, this is how I want the environment to perceive me, accept me. This is how I want the people to perceive me. This is how I want to be in this environment. I want to feel comfortable in my roles. And when I'm partaking on these jobs, I want to be in an environment where I'm learning, constantly growing, right? I planned these things. So when I got to this environment, I knew either it was going to be this or it wasn't going to be that. And I was able to say, okay, this doesn't align with what I want. So let me part ways with this environment, right? But fortunately for me, because I had pre-planned these things, when I got to the environment, it was what I needed. In moments, we'll go when we're going through the process of something, we don't understand that a lot of things are happening for us and not against us, right? So certain things takes time for other things to fall in place or for your bigger picture or your bigger vision to fall in place, right? So just be patient with yourself and understand that whenever you're changing an environment or when you have these pivotal times in your life, you're at an advantage because you get to reinvent yourself. The older environment or the things in the older environment you was in, uh, it don't necessarily supposed to go with you to the new environment. You don't go from one country to another thinking that these things operate the same. So be willing to adapt and adjust yourself along your process. Tap in.